Hi, I'm Loy Gross from the Learning Center at Genesee Community College. In this video, I would like to talk to you about converting between Google Docs and Microsoft Word. If you've ever done that, maybe you've had your text move around or change size and things don't quite look like you're expecting them to. That happens to just about all students at some point. So how do we translate? Well, there's three main ways. The first way is if your recipient doesn't need to edit or comment or review your paper at all, possibly you can export it to PDF. That's wonderful. If they do need to edit or comment, or if they insist on Microsoft Word format, there are two ways to do that. One is faking Google into editing a Microsoft Word document, and the other way is using styles so that you match formatting between the two programs. So the first question is, do you really have to export it to Microsoft Word? And that's where you email your professor and say, hey, can I submit a PDF instead? And sometimes they say no, but sometimes they say yes. And if they do, that's the method you want to use. It's so much easier. So let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go to my Google Doc over here, and here's my assignment that I've done. And I want to save this as a PDF so that I can submit it to my professor. File, download, PDF document. And when I click on that, it's going to download into my downloads folder on my local hard drive as a PDF format. Then I'm just going to go into Blackboard and find my assignment submission section. I'll click on Browse Local File. Give it a minute to find all my files. And there it is. There's my PDF, How to Have a Great Game Night in PDF version. And I click on Open, and I am now submitting my assignment in PDF. And I never had to touch Microsoft Word at all. We kind of like that one. Okay, but what if your professor says you can't do that? What if you have to submit it as a Microsoft Word? Or what if you have to do group work? Well, the better option is to fake it. Make Google Docs edit your file, even though it's a Microsoft Word file. Well, how do we do that? Let's go over here to Word. Here I have this lovely document that I've gone and edited in Word. You can see I've done a lot of work on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my Google Drive. There we go. Click on New, click on File Upload, and I'm going to select that Word document that I just started, that I have been working on. And here it is. And I'll click on Open, and it will upload it into Google Docs. Now when I look here at Google Drive, here's my file. It has a little W to indicate that it's a Word doc. And if I double click to open it and I look at it, here's a little .docx that indicates this isn't a Google file, it's a Word file. It's a Microsoft Word file. But here's the beautiful thing. We can do all of the wonderful Google things that we want to do with this document, even though it's in Microsoft Word format. So we can share it, we can collaboratively edit it, we can use all of the formatting tools and make all of our changes just as if it was a Google Doc. And when we're done, File, Download, Microsoft Word. This file has always been a Microsoft Word file, and we have just edited it in Google Docs. That's another wonderful solution because it's very easy. Now, incidentally, if you're starting a brand new assignment and you haven't even started anything, there's an easy way to make that happen. Just make a blank Word document, upload it into Google Drive, and now you have a blank Word document that you can edit, and it will still be in this docx format. So we never have to touch the translation at all. That's a wonderful thing to do. Let's talk about when you can't do that. Let's talk about when you have an existing Google Doc and you have to bring it to Microsoft Word format. Well, there's a couple of ways to do that. The long, complicated way is to strip out the formatting and redo it using Word styling. That's tedious, but if you have a long document, you might have to do it that way, and that really deserves its own video. But the easy way and the cheap way to do it is changing the Google styles to match what Microsoft is expecting. And here are the magic numbers for normal text, heading 1 and heading 2. This is what Microsoft Word is expecting. So let's see how that works. We're going to go to our Google Doc, and here's my Google Doc again. All right. So I need to change the styles to what Microsoft Word is expecting. So here I'll highlight some of my body text. And remember, my body text, it wants Calibri, and it wants it in 11 point. Okay, my text is now Calibri in 11 point, but only for this paragraph, and the style hasn't changed. To change the style, I'm going to click where it says Normal Text, hover over here and choose Update Normal Text to Match. And watch what happens when I click on that. The whole rest of my document, all of my normal text, just changed to a Calibri 11 point. This is essentially what happens when you download in Microsoft Word format, but you've done it by hand, and now you can see what the changes are going to be. You're going to do the same with heading 1 and heading 2, highlighting each of them, changing them to what Microsoft expects, and then using the Update to Match. When you're done, you're going to click on File and Download Microsoft Word and download your assignment as a finished Microsoft Word document, and it should look pretty close to what you see on the screen. So that's 3 ways of converting from Google Docs to Microsoft Word. If you have any questions, email us at tutoring@genesee.edu.